Good morning, church family. Welcome to Daily Devotions. And today we're reading from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13 to 16. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has become tasteless, how will it be made salty again? It is good for nothing anymore, except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do men light a lamp and put it under a peck measure, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. You know, in verse 13, Jesus says to his disciples, you are the salt of the earth. And you know, Jesus knew his audience, and he knew that when he called the disciples salt, that what they would associate it with, because salt was used in the Old Testament in all the offerings to Yahweh. And it was a purifying agent, it was a preservative, and it symbolized the nature of the covenant between God and Israel. It was very expensive salt, and it was valuable. It was used in daily food every day, and it was also known as a disinfectant and a seasoning to enhance taste. Well, we know that when we eat salt, what happens? We get very thirsty, right? We all do. And, you know, I see this passage as Jesus is reminding us that when someone tastes our lives, our relationship with God should really cause others to be thirsty for God, to want to know God more. So the question that we really need to ask ourselves is, when was the last time someone became thirsty for God after being around me? When they left me, were they hungering to know Jesus more? Well, then in verse 14, Jesus says, you're the light of the world. And clearly that this is not, you're not to hide what you are, because you bring light and you bring hope to everyone that's around you. Do you remember the song when we were little? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, and then the one that says, hide it under the bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. You know, another heart-searching question that we need to really ask ourselves is, do I hide my light? Do I hide the gospel message? Do I hide my relationship with Jesus Christ? Then in verse 16, Jesus says, let your light shine in such a way that others will see your good work, and the result will be that they will glorify your heavenly Father who's in heaven. Now, how do we do that? I think we need to ask ourselves another question. You know, when we do these good works, where do we position ourselves? Do we position ourselves behind the good works? Or do we position ourselves in front of the good works? You know, in other words, what is our motive? That we would be seen, or that He would be seen? You see, in doing these good works, our hearts have to be surrendered to the Lord in obedience to Him. And it's there when we surrender that all the pride, all the self gets dealt with, and our hands get purified in our worship to the Lord. So that when we do these good works, they will see it, but they will also see who we are looking at. And it will cause them to look at Him, to acknowledge Him, our Father who's in heaven. You know, church family, this COVID crisis is really giving us a platform to be able to shine a light, to be able to share the love of Jesus, and to share the hope that He gives us, to do the good works. So I encourage you, ask the Lord, Lord, what are these good works that you've called me to do? He will tell you, and then do it, and shine, shine, shine. God bless you. We love you. We're praying for you. See you soon. Bye-bye.